Hey guys, this is my prototype robot for the barrier robot for the group engine peers. So to begin by using the robot, you will press the number of how many barriers you need. So let's say you need 2. You will click the hashtag to click enter, and it will spin the servo meter based on whatever number you push. And it will also display the current number on the LCD screen that would be on top of the keypad. So let's say I wanted 9. We'll click enter, and then it would display that number. Let's say I wanted to go back, you would click down here and then enter, and then it'll display 0 just to bring it back to the flat number. But yeah, so I will start by showing you everything on the Tinkercad now. Okay. Now that you've seen my physical Arduino that I made and how the program is going to run and everything, I'd like to actually discuss the programming that I used for this. So I began by including 3 different libraries in the actual program, which include servo.h, keypad.h, and liquidcrystal.h. All of those correlate to the different pieces I actually attached to the Arduino, including the servo motor, the LCD screen, and the keypad. I then defined variables for the keypad, because there's going to be 4 rows and 4 columns on the actual keypad, and define the possible values to be entered. I then define the variables that are going to be processed later on, which include integer marg and integer bart. I then define the pins for the keypad that are connected to the Arduino, which is going to be, for the rows, it's going to be 9, 8, 7, and 6, which are going to be the first 4 pins that are connected on the left. And then for the columns, I did 5, 4, 3, and 2. That's going to be the last 4 wires that are connected to that Arduino. I then defined the objects for the keypad, the LCD screen, and the servo motor. So that's going to be right here, for example, the liquid crystal Maggie A1, A0, A5, A4, A3, and A2. That's going to be all these wires that are connected towards the bottom of the Arduino here. And then for the actual servo motor, I attached it to pin 12 on the actual Arduino. So it goes from down here all the way to this 12th pin on here. I then initialized the server connection, or the serial connection at 9600 baud, and initialized the LCD screen at 16 columns and 2 rows. I then set the cursor to the top left position, and then when it comes to the actual number pad, if any custom key is clicked from 1 to 9, it is saved at what the value is pressed. If hashtag is pressed, it will then enter that saved value and display it on the screen. Let me show it real quick. So if I click 9 and then the hashtag, it's going to display it on the screen over here. The servo motor will then rotate based on what number is pressed. So if I press 1, it's going to rotate that way, and if I press 9, it's going to rotate counterclockwise. And then if the asterisk is pressed and then entered, it's going to enter 0 and go back to default. So basically it's going to reset itself like a back function, and then from there you could press whatever number to have it tilt or spin however you need it to. But yeah, I mean, that's about it.